As hell, Occo.
Oh, I'm not sick. I'm just waking up. Hello, chat.
I'm not sick. I'm dying.
Exactly, I'm dying. I mean, I'm kind of sad, but it's for private reasons, so.
See what I have to deal with, chat?
Yeah, Occo's dying. And apparently, during my stream earlier, I almost blew somebody's speakers. So that was fun.
We need a meme of you screaming, and then, like, you know the video where the guy's like playing a Nirvana song on a bunch of speakers and it's just like blowing out the speakers. We just need to get like a screen clip of you eeping and then just replace it with that. That would be perfect.
But chat, I hope everyone had a good day, good night, good evening, whatever you got going on for you right now.
I think I am for the most part. What about you guys?
Got my life.
That's good. I thought you fell at work, but I was wrong.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't know where Occo... Occo apparently does not know what the word fell off means. Or the phrase.
Listen.
How do you... Occo.
I was tired, alright? Alright?
I fell off. What'd you fall off of? Are you okay?
So...
Occo actually did use the old man thing. Where it's like, fell off? No. What did you fall off? Are you alright?
No, like, so I'm not feeling the best. I have a massive headache right now. But, when I read that, I was in the restroom and I was like halfway awake because I was like, I need to go take a nap. And I saw that and I was like, oh no, I hope Mizu's okay.
You fell over. Are you okay, Mizu? Did it hurt?
That's why I DM'd you saying, are you okay?
I mean, hey, it's like if I was half awake and I would have seen Mizu say that, like, he fell, I would have been like, at least you didn't get your ding-dong caught on something again.
Yeah.
That was a painful day. Where's my PNG? I am taking account for myself, and I'm actually using a model.
I have head hort. You can't force me to do shit.
Lumi have head hort, and Occo have shit computer.
Yes, so to give people some context, this computer has a GTX 1060, which is the generation before the RTX generation. This computer was made in 2018 and cannot run anything more than Warframe on lowest settings. So if I tried to play something, I struggled to stream yesterday. I had to stream in 460p.
You want to hear some proper cope chat? Until what? I got my new computer, Occo's laptop technically has a better graphics card than I did.
I think Mooseman was running on a what was it, a 980 until he was forced to upgrade.
But yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, the laptop works pretty decently. It's just, it sounds like I'm at an airport getting ready to take off whenever I open something. So...
I fell off the same metal shelf.
It does have a new SSD in it, so it thankfully won't fall apart, because it did used to have a Seagate drive in it.
I will say, chat, the only thing I have is on Twitter. I've been really bad about getting those where you get added into a group chat with like 150 other people, and it's like, here's your code, go get your Bitcoin or whatever the fuck they do.
Oh my fucking god!
I've gotten 6 of those today alone.
You want me to look at how many? I stopped looking at my message requests.
Well, I check my message requests
because I just keep getting them.
I try and answer everybody that comes to me. Unless, like, I have some suspicion.
I have to look at mine every once in a while, because then there's, like, legitimate people in there where it's like, hey, we wanted to reach out to you about this. Then it's like, huh, I thought you were fake.
Yeah.
Or, huh, well, oops.
Well, I try and check mine every day.
I try to check mine, like, bi-monthly.
I feel like it'd probably load down at that point. Just with the
Most
spam.
of mine gets filtered into DM, like spam requests. Occasionally, I do get them in my regular requests. So most of them, honestly, I don't even see them. But whenever I get a new message request, I get all excited, and then I see that's that, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Mizu missed his chance for free Bitcoin. Look, I am so dumb. I would probably get scammed just trying to figure out how to set up a Bitcoin wallet. I don't know, like, dick about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you'd have to know a lot about dick to learn about Bitcoin.
She's not far off, Mizu.
How?
Oh, right. Resources got... Fuck. The land trade just happened, so all of the resource nodes have been shifted around.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what just happened?
Doing Dune.
Oh, speaking of Dune.
In the deep desert, every week it gets like, reset.
I see. Speaking of Dune.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, so I'm visiting Temp actively right now, and I sat down and asked him. I was like, Temp, have you ever seen Dune? Like the original 1984 David Lynch's Dune? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. Turn to his dad and say, do you want to get stoned and watch Dune together? And he's like, yes, that's amazing. And so we watched Dune the other day because I wanted him to understand like why the Dune game is as fun as it is and why it like is so impactful and powerful. And so we watched it the other night, and unfortunately I have scarred myself with dreams about spice.
Oh yeah, Occo. I don't know if the sale is still going on, but I'll check and repost the link. But you can get the deluxe edition of the Dune hardcover novel, the first one, for $18 instead of $50 right now.
Is that the one that the original Dune movie is about?
Yes.
Okay.
It's so nice. It has a bunch of really good art. It has, on the front cover, it's like when you take off the sleeve, it says "Fear is the mind killer," and then it has a bunch of more art on the inner book covers.
It's a good saying. Yeah, I liked the movie. Really good. I really just wanted to rewatch it because, like, I hadn't watched it for almost pretty much 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to rediscover it because I have a lot of fond memories as a kid of Dune. It's partially why I really enjoy the Dune video game. It's just because it's a fucking fantastic movie. Although apparently I only watched the short version. The short version that's narrated by the woman is 2.5 hours. I guess there's a longer version that's 3.5 to 4 hours narrated by some other dude.
Yes.
And I was like, so what's added on that I'm missing here?
Yeah.
Just like, so it gets longer? Yes. And the fact that, like, a 4-hour movie still isn't long enough to cover the first book.
No, because it's 700 pages.
And I did watch part 1 for the new Dune movie. It's not bad. They made some creative changes in terms of like what happens because, you know, long ass fucking book. Mm-hmm. It's not bad. It's an enjoyable movie for what it is.
Did they base the Awakening game off of the new movies?
No, Dune Awakening is its own separate timeline. It's where Paul Atreides was never born.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Jessica had a daughter like she was supposed to.
Yep.
So that's why the War of Assassins is still going on and all this other shit.
Haven't seen the original Dune or the remake and its sequel. Definitely watch the original. It definitely taps into that like old sci-fi feeling that we just don't really have anywhere anymore.
Dune inspired a lot.
It did. I will say, the old ornithopters really look boxy as fuck. It's hilarious.
I do like that they're now like little dragonflies.
Yeah, I think that was a change they made with the movie that I'm alright with. Or were they always like that?
The scout ornithopters have always been more sleek because scouting, and then the larger ones have always been, I don't know, a bit boxy and shit.
I see. I am curious. So in the movies, you know, there's the spice harvesters that crawl around on the desert. Do we see any of those in the game, or
you can make a spice harvester, but you don't get like a huge dune crawler?
That sucks because those things are cool.
We unfortunately do not get the super large ones. I believe we can see wreckages of them, but we have our own sand crawlers, though.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So
sand harvesters, whatever.
I will say, because you mentioned like the old ornithopter versus the new ornithopter, in a lot of the books, ornithopters, like the drawings we do have of his original vision, ornithopters are typically portrayed as like a giant bug, sort of. So
Which is awesome.
They are meant to be more buggy. In the movies, they just kind of had them bulky because, you know, part of the times they had to make a physical prop, so they couldn't do anything like crazy like the books did.
I will be honest. My favorite part of the 1984 movies is still the worms. They were the coolest. I'm gonna be honest.
The worms in the new movie, they do look fan-fucking-tastic. They are horrifying to look at. The sea of teeth that you see in the large ones, like for the super large ones, are absolutely insane.
I guess I'd have to look at a picture, because the ones in the old movie, even though I know they were giant, they weren't like actual real worms, they were just like giant like props they put together. They still look pretty terrifying to me because they did have little teeth in them as well. So I guess I'd have to compare between the two of them.
So I'd have to figure out. So there's an old PC game called Frank Herbert's Dune, which, unlike all the other Dune games, is not a RTS or 4X game. It was a third-person, like, sort of RPG-ish kind of game. And there's actually one really cool level where you're supposed to go into like a spice harvester and fuck it up before a worm gets there. And the whole level, like, you're just on the clock trying to beat the worm to the harvester.
Well, why don't you just let the worm mess it up?
Because you still need the spice.
I see.
He who
spice is everything.
Controls the whatever. The galaxy.
Spice controls everything. The one who controls the spice controls the universe.
Here, I'll put it in shooting the shit for both of you. But this was the worm design that game had used. Which, to be fair, wasn't bad for the time.
Oh, no, that looks cool.
It's a pretty nice looking design.
I mean, it was
way smaller than in the movies.
It was like a.
Oh, that's probably just a baby.
It's true. This might just be a baby. Drink more water. Don't worry, chat. I've got liquids here.
It's actually come out old as shit.
My favorite character, the worm. Worm needs to be nominated for an Emmy.
2001. This was the 2001 game. Apparently it was also on PS2. I didn't know that. I thought it was just Windows. Gotta get that spice and fly. Show us Mizu. Okay. Here, chat. I will, I want to make sure I'm not gonna, like, expose anything, in my porn.
It's a good idea, you know. Liquids? Yes, chat. Plenty of liquids.
Sorry, what?
I still think the still suit is a fantastic idea, by the way.
I also need to add, Umi and Occo's little... Because, chat, I had not actually used the Fuki tags for a very long time. They weren't necessary.
I always like having the Fugis up on every scene, even if they're just hidden. Oh. I still like having them up just in case.
I had that, because I hadn't used them in so long since I made the new layouts. I had to shrink a bit more to fit in the window. But chat, it was this game. I played this a ton on my old PC at home. And then the worm, but down here. Yeah, it's here.
Worm. You know, we were talking about Destiny a little bit. Can we say that Destiny stole the worm idea from Dune?
I mean, I guess, sort of.
Temp is looking at me and he's kind of like...
I can't argue this.
I remember that game. So I did not ever get far in it, chat, because first off, I was a little kid. Second off, I didn't have the manual. And back in the day, they did not give you a tutorial. They gave you a manual. So if you didn't have the manual anymore, you did not know what anything did. And if you had it on PlayStation, it probably wasn't that bad, because I could kind of like spam buttons and figure out what everything did. On PC, it becomes a shit show very quickly.
Oh, I believe it.
And you kind of end up at a spot where you're like, I actually don't know what these buttons do.
I miss manuals too. Oh.
Well, no, my big one I wanted to mention, because I think I mentioned this on stream before, but we had a game called Hydro Thunder, which used to be an arcade boat racing game. But we had it on the N64. And for the most part, it's not that complicated, right? It's push button, go forward, push button, go backward, push button for booster. Because it's a racing game. Like, there's typically not much to do with that, especially with a boat. Like, you can't drift with a boat. However, there was always areas I couldn't figure out how you were supposed to get into. And I found out years later when I was watching a video of somebody doing like a Hydro Thunder retrospective, that there was a combination of buttons you could push that would make the boat jump out of the water. It wasn't just a button. You had to have booster, and you had to hit like a certain combination of buttons in a certain order, which I would never have figured out in my life.
It's one
That's
of those
funny.
things. I guess you weren't autistically pressing buttons to see if they do anything secret.
Honestly, I don't think I ever would have figured it out in my life.
I mean, sometimes you have to wonder, how the fuck did these people figure out this specific button combination at a certain time of day will cause something to happen?
Yeah. You used to play that on the 360. Did they put Hydro Thunder on the...
It's called Dumb Luck, I think.
Was it like an update? Well, it was. Okay, it looks slightly different than the original.
Oh, there
Slightly
it is.
cleaner.
That's nice.
I don't like how they changed the way the main boat looks, though. I played it the proper way on the N64 with the beautiful box art instead of the CGI looking box art. This is the correct way to play a game, chat, with that shitty N64 controller that you had to like claw hand.
Oh,
I
goodness.
think you can still play
While we're
Hydro
talking-
Thunder on the Xbone.
Thank you.
While we're talking about classic games, so one of the reasons why I came to visit Temp, because there were like 2 or 3 reasons. One, I needed a vacation. 2, he was going to get me free dental work, which I got some free dental work, and now some of my teeth that were in very bad shape have been repaired. 3 is I've not bought the Switch 2 because I don't believe in the Switch 2 yet, but what I have done is invested more into my Steam Deck. So,
yes, by perfectly doing things legit perfectly all the time, yes.
Yes, pretty much. Eat this? Yeah. But basically, sorry about that. But basically, he and I have figured out, he figured out how to do the ROMs, and I've given him a list of ROMs to put on my Steam Deck. And so now I can play all of the classics that I want to on the Steam Deck, and I'm really happy about that, because now I'm not going to wait for Nintendo to just put them on another console and pay like $15 a month for it. I'm just going to have them on the Steam Deck for free.
Chat, apparently
I'm
you
really
can
excited
play
about that.
Hydro Thunder Hurricane on PC. Been added to the Xbox Game Store on PC.
Nice.
Nice.
Man,
but yeah.
One game that I played religiously on my Xbox was fuck, what it's called, but SSX Tricky, the snowboarding game.
Sounds
Mhm.
Oh,
familiar.
it was so much fun. There's this Japanese girl that I always played because she had the cooler outfits.
Get a humidifier? Oh, I don't need a humidifier. I'm fine. Chat, once I go back to bed and wake up tomorrow, I'll be just fine. Oh, excuse me.
Let's see, SSX tricky. Xbox. Oh man, looking at this cover, I'm like, wow. And I thought this was like the peak designs of just ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I miss it.
Means why you?
Only you guys can see it. It's not on stream.
Fair enough.
Let's see, copy image. Here you go. Here's the.
And if you want to steal my Microsoft account, well, good luck with that. I don't even know what's on it. Honestly.
I'll be honest. I really don't care.
Are you gonna have anything
I
on
was
Microsoft
gonna
account?
say one of the games that Temp did put on my Steam Deck that I have not played ever since I first played it, and this was like the very first video game I've ever played in my life, was Simpsons Hit and Run. So it was my very first video game. I love that game to death, and I finally get to play it after like 20 years of not touching the game.
Man,
I'm so happy.
I forget if this was. I think this is when games had in-game achievements, but I remember 100%ing that game because I was addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good game.
Yeah. What's funny is
Here's what Lumi's talking about.
so Sonic Unleashed. Oh, it's a girl's
Lumi was all about that girl
Snowboarding?
power, female empowerment.
Is that snowboarding?
Yes.
Yes, it's snowboarding, and
Okay.
I don't. Those two dudes behind the chick are dudes.
Yeah, but it's got
It's a
girl
dude
on
with
the
an
front,
afro.
so you're good.
And a dude with dreads. But no, there's this Japanese chick that I always played because she had the better outfits out of all of them.
Yeah.
Lumi was on that yellow fever before all of us.
It was.
Oh my god. Well, considering where she's ended up, fair enough.
What?
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
Did you forget
Anyway.
your login information, Mizu?
No, I signed in with both accounts. I can't remember which one is which.
I see.
That's why I hate Microsoft. It's so hard to sign in.
They make it a pain in the ass.
I do.
That's why I have a code sent to my other email account.
You mean it's not working? Fuck you. It's working 5 seconds ago.
It's because they know you want it.
Okay, yeah, this is the correct one. This is the one that has my Sea of Thieves on it.
Lumi was really thing Japan. Yes.
I could see Lumi doing that.
That just sounded like Bing Bing Wahoo.
Bing bing wahoo!
Thing Thing Japan. Oh gosh.
Anyways, I'm just doing this so I can buy Hydro Thunder.
Oh, you're good. One of the games I've got on my Steam Deck now is also Sonic Unleashed, which I guess the inferior version was on the Wii, which is the one that I had as a kid, because the 360 and PS3 versions are massively different and play massively differently, and it was quite a shock to me when I figured out that there were open worlds that you could traverse through and not just menus where you chose the level, which is funny. But I'm really happy about it because Sonic Unleashed has in-game achievement. They don't have they like copied the achievements from the Xbox 360 and decided to add them to the game, so now you can get achievements, which is nice.
I could've
No
gotten
duh.
Occo set up with
Listen.
emulators. But Akko's like really like paranoid
Huh?
about downloading random stuff from the internet.
That's why I have Temp do it. I
Yeah.
have not gotten weird shit on my PC yet, so
Guys, do you know how hard it was to convince Occo to download mods for fucking Lethal Company? It is a
it
challenge.
wasn't hard after Temp. Listen, after Temp looked at it, it was just fine.
Here's the thing, right, Occo?
Now, Occo, I mean, look at him.
Even downloading stuff these days, it's very hard for people to get Trojans into download.
It's like I think all my virus days are behind me from when I infected my mom's computer with viruses by using LimeWire.
Oh, same here.
It's just
But
not,
for me, it was Minecraft mods.
it's just not easy to do anymore. I'm not saying, chat, go around download random shit, but the days from when you could like get a virus just from opening the wrong website are way past us at this point.
Yeah.
Now most of the scams, those scam windows that pop up, aren't trying to download viruses to your computer. They're trying to get you to call an Indian call center and give them your credit card number.
Yeah.
It's basically because of the way viruses work, it's way too easy to trace them back to who sent them and where it's sending the money. So as soon,
Chat, I tap for you.
like as soon as someone suspects they have a virus and they like give it to a professional, the professional can immediately like trace back where it's sending the data because the virus is constantly sending data. Like it never stops. That's the whole point of it. And it's got to send it somewhere, so that's just how they trace it. People don't like to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And with the scam offices, the way they do it is they have a specific script they use that technically they are not doing anything legally wrong, and it gets very difficult to like actually get charges to stick on them. Yeah, all the bad stuff is phishing scams these days. Again, still be careful with your downloads and run them through like a virus checker every once in a while, but you don't have to worry as much as you used to.
Yeah. There's a reason why it's because somebody made me a custom Koikatsu party model. However, for that I need to download the very heavily modded version of Koikatsu that everybody uses.
Oh no,
And
that's
Temp
just a
told me-
repack.
I know, but Temp doesn't trust it.
I would trust
So
it.
he told me he's going to look through it. It's not as easy though as unfortunately just downloading the files and doing a brief scan. He's going to look through everything, and since there's like 50 gigabytes of files, it's unfortunately been a little slow to scan through most of it.
I am telling you, it's all good. So
Yeah,
many
but if I
people use
download it and then something happens, Temp's gonna get mad at me.
I've been
Trust
trying
me.
to find a working version of Koikatsu, but I can't find a website that isn't a dead link or dead fucking files.
Want me to get it to
I'm like-
you, Lumi? Like right now?
Yes, like, well, you don't have to give it to me right now. You can give it to me later. Because for a
I'll tell you
while, I wanted to get a Koikatsu model made of Lumi, and then after I couldn't find like the application shit, I'm like, this is a problem for future me, and then I stopped.
The regular one or
I'll tell you what.
Sunshine? I think the regular one's still better.
Regular one, not Sunshine.
If Lumi downloads the repack and it's not virus laden, maybe we'll just take a chance.
I have downloaded this repack. This is the exact one I've used.
And has it been updated at all?
The last time they updated it was 3/30/2025.
All right, I need Lumi to test it then.
So I
Wow.
will say, if you are somebody that makes Koikatsu like content, typically they have both this one and Sunshine. However, Sunshine is just substantially smaller, and has like substantially less going on in it.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the mods for the first one have not actually been ported to Sunshine yet. But people will typically have Sunshine just in case they want to do like beach scenes and stuff. It's just easy.
I desperately just want it because, again, somebody made me a model in Koikatsu Party, and then they made me a special version of that model as well. And so I want to download it and use it because I think it'd be cool.
Repack of what? Chat. It's a game called Koikatsu, or Koikatu by Illusion. And everybody gets the repack because the original game, I think, is like 5 or 10 gigs. The repack has had so many assets added to it by the community around the game that it's like 50 or 60 gigs depending on what repack you get.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
People have overloaded this shit with assets. A lot of anime visual novels you see that use like 3D characters were made with Kokaitsu.
I remember, what was it? I first really started looking at Koikatsu. It was either, I think it was Koinu that was telling me about Koikatsu.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, I miss Koinu. I know where I can find her, but still, I miss the brown dog model. But now,
Did she move on to a better life?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
I thought I told you already.
Listen. I thought she just plain graduated. Okay.
No.
You're like the hub for all this information. You like know most of the people that move on to other companies, so. Granted, I do know some of them as well, because what is her name? Niana, the banana girl, that was in the fake VTuber corpo. She's graduating, and I have a good idea where I think she's gonna go. I'm not gonna say though.
I heard a couple of rats. Some of them aren't as good as the others.
Well, all I'm gonna say is, if she's going where I think she's going, she belongs there 110%. So. She will be used to her best ability. And the thing about Niana is, so the funny little company that she was in is like Pippa Pipkin started a fake little VTuber company using AI art, and I think Niana was one of the ones that made a character. What's funny is Niana is also like the biggest one out of all of them, and so she's like been in like the last year and a half done a lot of shit. She's had concerts. And she does a lot of singing, and a lot of people, very big people, come and listen to her concerts. Flavor? I'm pretty sure she's Flavor. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I swore that she was like a Flavor girl. And so, like, she's gotten really big doing all this stuff on her own, basically. So my assumption is she's just going to get more help in the place that she's going to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not gonna say, because the people who have told me in confidence trust me with this information, and I don't leak that kind of information, but I'm excited to see where she goes personally, because I think it's exactly where she belongs.
Fair.
Oh goodness. Anyway,
real quick, because we'd been talking about gaming a lot. This just
We
popped
have.
up from Madam Savvy. Ago.
Oh.
So have you seen this game called Firebreak?
I've heard of it before. I heard that it was hot garbage, and then when I saw that they had over 1 million Firebreakers, which isn't to say they had 1 million sales, they had 1 million players.
Yeah, so this is from Remedy Games. As of last night, we've surpassed 1 million players in FBC Firebreak. It's a significant milestone. These are the people that made Alan Wake. Just so you all know, the second Alan Wake was absolute shit. They did make Control, which I think Control was actually fine, personally. But Madam Savvy retweeted it, and she's like, I don't know where the numbers are coming from, because currently on Steam you have 115 people in game, and your peak was 2,000. So you're telling me on PC you could not break 2,000, but consoles made up the other 980,000 something. Like, sure, buddy. Okay. That definitely happened. Also, she posted this. Apparently, they posted a message the other day where on PS5 the game was stuck on a loading screen and couldn't start up either.
Wow.
So. I don't know where your 1 million players is coming from.
No.
Me and a friend tried this for free thanks to PlayStation. Would not recommend. Is it really that bad?
Wait, if people are trying it for free on PlayStation, maybe they did get 1 million people, but they didn't have very many sales.
Because
That's a possibility.
On FBC Firebreak on Steam is $40. You can get a deluxe edition upgrade for $44. And I can't really... A 3-player cooperative first-person shooter set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly.
Okay. Give a look what I gave you.
So they tried to make co-op slop.
Gameplay color.
I see.
I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But I saw it and I was like, $40 seems a little steep for that. And I don't have friends. So. Also, no, chat, that was going to be my next thing. So also, in relation to video games, the Stop Killing Games initiative is about to come to a close. So the guy that started it decided that he would actually call out PirateSoftware for constantly talking shit about it and making stuff up about it. To which he made a defense of... PirateSoftware made a defense of himself. And then deleted
a really
it
bad one.
because it looked really bad. But he's made the second defense of himself, and surprisingly it stayed up. Despite the fact that literally everybody has called him out, all the way up to Asmongold.
Well, not just Asmongold, but Charlie called him out. It's one of those things where, seeing Asmongold react to something isn't, like, in my personal opinion, a big deal, because Asmongold reacts to pretty much everything. He's kind of like the guy that passes through all of the information. But if Charlie talks about it, that's kind of a big deal, because Charlie just doesn't talk about anything. He, picks and chooses what he's interested in, getting on camera and talking about. So that was a pretty big deal in my personal opinion.
Chat, you want to know the bizarre thing that convinced me that Thor wasn't as knowledgeable as he always said he was? And
was it this?
No, so, he regularly makes content where he explains why people pirate and the reasons behind why people pirate. And he's like, companies need to consider this because these are, regular reasons people pirate, other than just wanting to steal money. And he comes off as, fairly knowledgeable about that, even though that's pretty bog standard. But when he talks about people that hack or bot in video games, he is completely unable to understand why an MMO making a grind way too hard would lead to people botting.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's just that he's against botting, because he is. It's that he seems completely incapable of understanding why someone would do it. And I remember he's talking at one point on World of Warcraft, where apparently they released new content that had people botting it almost 24/7, and the number of bots because of that content shot up. And instead of doing a take on how maybe the content was too grindy and that's what inspired all the bots, he goes on this huge tirade about I don't understand why you would bot. Why are you paying somebody else to play the game for you? Why don't you want to play the game? I'm just no, there's reasons for that. In MMOs, if something's too grindy, people don't want to do it because it's not fun. Because after you've done the same content 500 times, it's I want to do something else.
I will use Warframe as an example. Although you can't really cheat in Warframe, as far as I know. But it's a good example of just if something gets boring, people will do whatever they can to speed it up. For Warframe, it's definitely
when they first came out.
Well, it was that.
So
it's
many
just in
people
general.
bought Necromex.
I didn't actually.
You didn't. I'm just saying a ton of people bought Necromex because the grind was just that annoying.
It was. They've streamlined it a lot, but the point is, if something is too grindy, farming for a specific Warframe, people are just gonna buy it because the grind is too hella rough. So I get the grinding aspect in some MMO games where it's just I remember in MapleStory they wanted you to kill a couple hundred mobs for just to get a number, and it's just I hate this.
Yeah. But no, that kind of made me I've talked about it before. When you really like a content creator, sometimes all it takes is for them to talk about something you specifically are knowledgeable about for your entire respect for them to come crashing down.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
A big example I always used was there was a channel I liked that did kind of funny satirical content that it kind of portrayed itself as being a joke, but also being telling the story of the game, but in a jokey way. until they covered Fire Emblem one day. And I was like, okay, you got literally everything wrong. Like, I can't think of a single word you spoke in this entire video that was true about Fire Emblem. Not a single one. And then I was like, well, I wonder if, like, that was true for all of the videos. Like, did you just phone it in this one time for Fire Emblem? Or have all your videos just been absolute bullshit and I didn't realize because I wasn't fans of those?
In that day, Mizu's little heart broke.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't have any heroes. All my heroes are dead. God killed them. Which channel? Honestly, I don't remember at this point, chat. It was a couple years ago. It wasn't Donkey, though. I never liked Donkey.
I keep getting disappointed by people I respect, unfortunately, because I will respect a YouTube channel, and then they do something stupid. Oh, thank you. And then I'm just like, fuck, I can't like you anymore.
Was it Jello? I never liked Jello. I thought some of his jokes were funny, but I never subscribed to him. Something just felt off.
Jello actually got into trouble, a funny little segue, because they leaked a portion of a Ruby season early, and nobody figured it out until actually after they saw it. So technically it was, he did leak it, but nobody paid attention and hated him already. So it was like, when everybody found out, I was like, wow, what a major asshole for leaking all this shit.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And I think he said he got that information because he had like auditioned for it.
I think so.
And they just didn't give him the part.
No, I'm surprised they didn't give him an NDA or something. Or maybe they did and he just did it and nobody noticed.
Oh, so that's the thing, chat. People keep talking about the MMO side of it. He seems to think that the Stop Killing Games initiative is trying to say that all MMOs will have to be converted into single-player story games, which is not at all what the thing is asking for. It's asking that the game itself is physically playable to a reasonable degree. Not that it's beatable or that like the entire way the game functions change, but the game is given to the players in a form that they reasonably could play it. As in just, like, if I wanted to make a Final Fantasy XIV server after the game shuts down sometime in the future, I could make a Final Fantasy XIV server.
Which would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
cool.
There's already servers up for the, like, original Final Fantasy XIV before Realm Reborn happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's because he's a Blizzard person, and fucking, what was it? Classic WoW was hosted on private servers for forever. I think he even played on Classic WoW servers. I don't even see like why he can say this and pretend like it's a problem.
Yeah, so a lot of people are positing theories now, and I don't know how much I subscribe to them just yet because it's like, oh, you're part of this thing, so this must be true. But he is like a co-owner in like a game studio with Ludwig, and that game studio has a MMO with microtransactions in it.
They're not an MMO, I don't think. I think Rivals of Aether is more like a Smash clone.
Is it? Okay, fair enough. But like people are saying that that's a reason why he's like monetarily invested in this thing not happening, which is again really funny. Because
it wouldn't even apply to him. He can't apply laws retroactively.
Wouldn't it only apply to new shit?
Yeah, it would only apply to new stuff. That's something it really confused me with him. And he's like, well, what about all the games that are already dead? Well, nothing's gonna happen to them. You can't apply laws retroactively.
Like, that's it's not like you can force.
I think a great example is, do you know if a car was made before a certain date and it was the natural state of that car at the time it was made did not include a seatbelt, you do not have to wear a seatbelt while riding in that car.
Yeah, it's gonna apply to some states, California, that are gonna try saying no more gas vehicles after this, like whatever year they put down.
Rules where you have to get your cars inspected to be like road safe or something. In states that don't have those rules, though, your car can be left in the natural state it was purchased in without any additions, even if it's missing something that is considered critical, like a seatbelt.
Yeah.
Because we don't apply laws retroactively. If you already
No.
owned it, you can continue to own it. This is why even in because this is a controversial one, but when you hear about gun buybacks, they're basically always voluntary.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they can't force you to give up something you legally purchased at the time you legally purchased it. Now, some places do it
they
anyways,
can.
like Australia, but fuck Australia.
It is a
Australia is a
dictatorship at that
prison
point.
state. Yep. Don't forget they have an ex-fed in the Australian government.
Yeah. But yeah, it's he would have known this, and this is where it comes in, right? Where we have to decide if we believe Thor is actually just an idiot or he's malicious. Because if if he's intelligent as he says he is, he would know this is how the law works. So then he would have to just be lying in order to not understand this. Or he could be much dumber than he tells people he is, and reasonably he wouldn't understand that this is how the law works.
People think he's malicious. I think it could be that. It could also just be that he's extremely stupid and just not as smart as he actually says he is, which, considering he's a Nepo baby and allegedly his programming is shit, I could believe that.
I mean, he could be a malicious idiot at the same time.
He can. Personally, I think he's Dunning-Krugered himself into thinking he's a genius. And I say it for two specific reasons. The first one is, he always, talks about his time working with World of Warcraft as, an example of how special he is, right? And how much work he did. When he worked on World of Warcraft, he was just a QA guy.
That's fine.
Was he really? I thought he was a hacker.
He was just a QA guy. It's come up a couple times where he mentions, my time at Blizzard when I did QA, and he just kind of breezes right past it. But no, his specific job at Blizzard was doing QA testing shit.
See, knowing that his dad also worked at Blizzard, it makes sense why that was his job.
Yeah.
I mean, he talks so highly of it, like his job was some big deal.
And then the other...
But if it's...
Well, the other thing that convinces me he's Dunning-Krugered himself into this is, what was the game he was playing called? It was Animal Well, I think. And,
you're talking about the one that he cheated at?
Yeah. So the thing is, it's okay, right, chat, for streamers to play ahead in a game before they stream it, or to look up a guide for a game before they stream it, because we're trying to keep the stream moving and we're trying to actually show you what's going on. The problem is he went on a 10-minute rant about how if you look up guides before you play a game, you're just an idiot and you're cheating yourself out of the fun, and what are you doing? And then he's playing this game where he supposedly immediately finds the answer to a deeply complex puzzle that took the game's entire community weeks to figure out, and he just looked at the screen and instantly pieced it together. And it's okay, no, you cheated. You looked it up. We all know you looked it up. It took the actual community of people dedicated to this game weeks to figure it out. And you're I just looked at the screen and knew. Nobody's that dumb, dude.
It's one of those things where I would not even fault him for looking it up, because sometimes I have to look things up. And sometimes I'm not the smartest when it comes to video games, and we all know that, and that's why you accept me. But it's I'm not going to lie about it and say, oh my gosh, look at this thing that I massively did. No, it's just no. I think what's happened with him is he's put a facade on that he's this uber smart guy that can't be wrong. And because of that, he is getting himself into situations where it's very clear he's wrong. And the more and more and more it happens, people are going to say you're actually quite a dumbass, and I think that you're really stupid, and you should probably shut up, and I can't believe that people actually listen to you.
Yeah, and it's slowly getting worse for him.
Yeah.
Also, really quick, we do have a couple of the super chats. So I want to thank earlier in the stream, Massive Doge for 2, Alan Wake, more like Alan Woke, boo. So I don't know if did you guys ever see what happened to Alan Wake 2?
I heard that they changed it massively to have a new MC.
Yeah, so Alan Wake is obviously about Alan Wake. Right. It seems pretty straightforward. Alan Wake 2 is all about how Alan Wake is the mental tulpa of this woman who's writing a book. And he's not real.
Oh, that sounds so okay. Okay. I'm sorry, my head hurts too much. My head hurts too much to try and figure that out.
Shadowgale for 6 months. Thor was my inspiration as a game dev. It's a shame he's going down this dark path. I hate to ruin your game dev feelings for him even more, but according to multiple programmers that have watched his programming streams, apparently his programming skills are just like one tier above Yandere dev. Which, I mean, is fine, because like Toby Fox historically has a horrendous coding style as well. It's just Undertale's so fun, and everybody looks past it. But when you're trying to like put yourself forward as this super genius, you should probably not have Yandere dev tier coding.
No, I agree. I mean, like, I feel like that's part of the not the whole reason, but part of the reason why he doesn't show his programming anymore is because he's such a shit programmer. But because like he stops like streaming himself programming. And his stated reason is just that it doesn't get enough views, which I believe that's probably like half of it. I think the other half is he just doesn't want to see people dig into his shit and make fun of him.
Yeah.
He's legitimately one of those people. Speaking of which, by the way, have either of you been blocked by him?
I don't know.
I know, Lumi, you don't like get into trouble on Twitter, so you probably won't. I've been blocked by him. You are a good fish.
Nope, he has not blocked me.
Let's see, PirateSoftware, nope.
I have been blocked by him. So,
You guys read the message in the header of Kiwi Farms about Thor? I don't go to Kiwi Farms.
I occasionally do if I feel like there's information that I might only find there.
I did get banned from Kiwi Farms once, though.
You did? Like, he banned your account and shit?
Not my whole account. I'm banned from, like, several threads there.
Oh, fair enough.
Wolfsbane 5. It's the reason why California's infrastructure is falling apart. They can't fix it without spending 3 to 5 times the money because of current regulations and laws. That's the downside with regulation. It just makes everything more expensive, and then only the super corporations can deal with it.
Mm-hmm. So I did pull up the thing on the KF. It says, quote, if you are a citizen or national of the European Union, please sign the Stop Killing Games initiative via EU's official Secure Citizens Initiative system. If not because you care about video game preservation, then because PirateSoftware's F-word face should be stomped to shit. It has 1 month left to get another 490,000 signatures. And if it doesn't, then the smuggest, gayest furry to ever live will be happy, and he should never know happiness for the rest of his life. It should take 30 seconds. Thank you.
Yeah.
That sounds about right for Noel to say. We'll be honest with you.
I'm surprised it took people this long to figure out Thor was wrong about the Stop Killing Games thing. Because on his short about it, I even like left a comment on it, and I was like, yeah, no, bro, you got all of this wrong. I don't know where you got any of this shit from. Sounds like you just made it up.
Well, I think a lot of people already decided that he was wrong. It just didn't get any traction. Because before, when that was going on, it was before, like, he was breaking out, but he wasn't, like, broken out.
PirateSoftware, biggest gay furry. Yeah, no, he's gay. People found his fur affinity at one point.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but
there's nothing wrong
it's
with
just
it.
kind of funny.
On Kiwi Farms, they're gonna make fun of you for that.
Exactly.
Thor's a furry? Do you guys miss this chapter? Yeah, no, people found his fur affinity page.
Yeah. People found his fur affinity page, his Second Life page, and found out how much money he made selling Second Life models. It was kind of crazy. No, but it's just like
fair,
Thor wasn't
Second
like.
Life store.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't know. Like,
Thor didn't really have his breakout until after the Stop Killing Games, in my personal opinion. Because now that he has broken out and he has like been thrown into the stratosphere, people are going to be looking at everything he does and says more critically. Because
he was very big at the time. Like
he was, but
I would agree he wasn't like as huge, but I would say at the time he had already quote like made it as a creator.
I just think that back then he knew to shut up just enough, and that people wouldn't dig into it. I also think that Asmongold looking at this and Charlie looking at this and more videos being made about it did rocket it into the stratosphere. which is why I am planning on doing a stream where I talk about it in depth a little bit more, so I can add to that file. Because fuck him. Fuck him. I hate him.
Well, I'm pretty sure chat
I hate
can
his
find
actions.
our old streams where I say I don't like Thor. So I was way ahead of the curve of everybody else.
Well, it's kind of funny because some people dislike that you say things, but more often than not, you end up being right about them. You're just extremely early. And that's like probably the biggest criticism, is that you are the first one to say it, not the current one to say it with everybody else.
Yeah. I've called him out, I think, every time he's done something. Because I called him out on this. I called him out when he tried to DMCA that poor dude that just had like a funny Twitch integrated Steam game. Which, by the way, that dude replied to, I think, Ava's thread. Because Ava commented
She interviewed
on it.
him.
Yeah, because she had interviewed him. I think he replied to her that basically only very recently has he actually got it back up on Steam. So it's been, that DMCA has caused him problems for this long.
Yeah, it's really disgusting and unfortunate. That was another funny story because he pretended to know a copyright lawyer that knew DMCA.
He was just
Guy was like a paralegal.
He wasn't
he was like a paralegal in England.
No, so this is England, in order to be what they consider like a judge, or it's I don't know the exact term for it, but it's what he was. I think it's like a barrister or something. You don't have to have any legal education at all. So there's a non-zero chance that his legal counsel has zero legal knowledge about anything.
Right.
Solicitor, thank you.
Solicitor? Okay.
Somebody's saying solicitor, somebody's saying barrister. I would have to go look it up again. All I remember is when I looked it up at the time, and I double-checked the requirements to be that in Britain, it did not require any form of legal knowledge.
And he trusted that guy to make all of his legal decisions for him.
Yeah. Which he shouldn't have.
What's
that
funny...
guy didn't know what he's First off, he didn't know what he's talking about. And second off, we were talking about America. You're in England. You have very different laws.
Very archaic and broken laws, we'll say.
It was just one of the...
Fuck the English.
That's why even, like, in America, you'll have a lawyer... Like, because we have tons of, like, law YouTube channels now. You'll have lawyers be like, this is not legal advice. Also, I'm a lawyer in Virginia, and this is happening in California, and I can't comment on if it would be legal in California. I can only say it's not legal in Virginia. And that's the same country. Now we're crossing the ocean. Yeah, you shouldn't be commenting on it. You don't know what the law is.
What's funny is he tries to, like, ignore that happened so hard. I don't think you can bring it up again because, like, he has memory hold it so hard. It's hilarious.
It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm sorry for cutting you off, Lumi. I was very excitable.
Oh, you're fine. I already forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I get very...
Oh yeah, no, I remember now. Because I've said this before, and I'll say it all over again. When you have your gut feeling, and you just say shit, you're just too right too early.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because, you know... Mizu's upset some people, and it's just like, listen, he's right. He's just early, and you're gonna wish that you jumped on the train with him when he was early.
Also, I'll have to tell you later, but I've had a gut feeling about somebody recently that I really don't want to say out loud because I know for a fact I will get so much hate.
Oh, damn it, and I'll give my behind-the-scenes opinion.
I'm trying, chat, to, like, more keep a lid on it, because I know people get very upsetty spaghetti with me.
Man, I can't believe you said that about John Warhammer. How dare you?
See, do you have a beef with, like, some of the Warhammer community? Like, what's going on? I don't know anything about Warhammer.
Oh no, because some of them are absolute fucking retards that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
So...
Like, for example, me and the Pontius, just for a nice, chill, easy video to react to. Looks at the stream, it's like 5 hours long, but still, whatever. We decided to watch Bricky's video on him reintroducing Warhammer factions. Yeah, no, he's an idiot.
Fair.
I don't know how he is, like, the poster boy for VTubers, for VTubers to watch Warhammer stuff. He just gets things purposely wrong. And, he said this himself in the past, entertainment over facts and stuff like that. So he will purposely get something wrong if it's entertaining enough.
So what you're telling me is you need to learn all you can about Warhammer, Lumi, so you can take over for him.
No, that's why I'm lifting up other people, like the Pontius.
Fair enough.
Mercenary
Fair enough.
5.
I want to learn. I don't want to be the fucking lore expert. That's too much fucking pressure.
But you're a woman, so you can memorize all of that shit.
No.
Mercenary for 5. Thor is malicious. He would be forced to finish his game. His DRM and his Heartbound game can break your game or system. He was a hacker for government. Don't know anything about the government bit, but I wouldn't doubt it. And Massive Doge for 199. Here's for the Night Jar.
Thank you, chat.
They hate Arch, so they hate Lumi by extension. It's like they're just mad because Arch is right.
Arch is also one of the he's too early kind of guys.
Yeah, I mean, heck, he just made a video on a Trench Crusade and how they're absolutely bad faith and whatever else. They're basically trying to pull the same shit as GW.
Yeah.
When it comes to their game and shit.
I wouldn't say I was right early on Trench Crusade, but I did call them out the same day they started freaking out on Discord. So I'd called it out way before a bunch of people. But it was after they had specifically shown themselves to be kind of shitheels. And I think everybody kind of wanted to ignore it because Trench Crusade looked good. But as time has gone on, they've only gotten worse. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Was one of the people they made a community manager for Trench Crusade on. What happened in the Discord for the Trench Crusade? So a bunch of people started joining the Trench Crusade Discord when a big, kind of anti-woke Warhammer person posted it and said, hey, check out this game. It kind of has a Warhammer feel. It's really cool. And he didn't say anything about it being woke or anything. He just said, it's a really cool game. It looks sort of like Warhammer. If you're into Warhammer, you might like this. Go give it a look. And a bunch of people from his account started flooding into the Trench Crusade Discord. And as far as I can tell, they were legitimately interacting with it as a game. And they were like, oh, look at this cool art. Look at this cool lore. It's awesome. But the Discord mods for it were checking people's Twitters as they came in, ones they had linked to their Discord accounts. And if they saw that they were an anti-woke Warhammer person, they just kind of started banning people. And they're like, no, we don't want the anti-woke people here. This is not an anti-woke game.
Oh boy.
And I couldn't see any messages from the anti-woke people that were making it political. It was just oh, the lore is so cool, or the art looks so good. There's probably a couple,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't see any.
It's they're basically trying to do, they're actually doing what fucking the Helldivers 2 community managers tried to do, where they want to only have discussions on left-leaning politics and banning anyone talking about anything else.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It was really cringe.
Oh, it is definitely very cringe.
I did want to say...
Jacob was friends with so many people who told me to game end because he didn't like the female custodies. Well, female custodies don't exist. Whoever says that they do are just legitimately retarded. It's okay, if you decide, I will shill Pontius to every single fucking day because he makes good videos. He spends months researching. That man learned English specifically for Warhammer.
Oh, so he's not an English speaker?
Nope, he is a pasta man. He's Italian.
Oh,
Very
he's Italian.
thick accent.
Why is,
maybe I like him then.
Why is anime so trendy?
It's funny, but if you watch his video on female custodies and on why they should not exist or cannot exist, it is very good. And there's one word that should really put into people's minds why the female custodies should not exist: the demunculava. because they will be taken. They will be used for a Demunculava. And granted, it'll make my body horror loving self happy, but that would not be good for the female custodes.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. I did want to say before he moved on from the Thor thing, that he decided to follow up with a new tweet where he says that he talked to Charlie and Josh Strife Hayes. And basically he says, if you're mad that I was a dick to Ross, that's okay, but actually I was right about everything else.
Did he really?
Pretty much. Here, I'll read it so like nobody can accuse me of being bullshit about it. If you're mad at me for being a dick to Ross, I get it, and I'm sorry for that. I should not have lashed out, but I had an emotional response due to how important this subject is to me. On the developer side, I've been in a constant battle with people online for nearly a decade, trying to inform them how difficult it is to make and release a video game. The idea that any of these technical hurdles are easy to overcome would be simple to implement is the exact kind of thing I have been fighting. When I bring up the issues with leaving online-only games in a functional, playable state after sunsetting, I'm always met with the responses diminishing the effort needed to do that. This is not a simple hurdle to overcome, and is exactly why I don't like this initiative. You can't leave these challenges up to a figure-it-out mentality, and you can't diminish the work of those on the dev side just because you want your way. Movements like this showcase to me how little the general public understands about game development, modern gaming architecture, and online games as a whole. That's why I put videos out poking holes in this, because it sets the entire conversation back to the Stone Age in terms of developer-player understanding. Making shit is hard. Making shit when people think it's easy is harder. If you want all games to be left in a functional, playable state, then you need to listen to people when they talk about how infeasible that will be in a lot of situations. This is the initiative's primary goal is listed on the ECI page. It's kind of important to resolve that.
Oh my goodness. He really just doesn't want to give it up.
He doesn't. He wants to be like, well, I'm still right. And something he needs to understand is just because it's harder for a business to do something doesn't mean a business shouldn't do it. You know what else is harder? Is making sure the brakes on your car works. But you know what? They're legally required to make sure the brakes work. That costs them money. It costs them extra money for every single car to make sure the brakes are functional. But hey, I mean, like, we don't want the business to suffer too many losses. We might as well take out all the requirements about safety features. Like, there has to be, like, a balance. And I think people saying, my balance is after you don't want to work on it anymore, I should still be able to play it, is, like, literal bare minimum.
No, I agree. I think that, again, some people have brought up that, like, if this initiative were to go through, his game would definitely suffer. And maybe the problem is just he doesn't want to have to deal with the extra stuff, which, you know, maybe, I don't know.
I'm not sure if
but, well,
because even then, I don't know how, because like I said, when about the it doesn't work retroactively thing, I'm pretty sure retroactively doesn't even affect games currently in development. I think it has to be before they started development.
Oh, fair enough.
Normally what the government does in situations like this is it depends how far along development is and how dangerous it is. So with games, it would be zero danger, right? So they wouldn't even take that into consideration. They would probably look at, like, how long have you been working on it? If you just started it last week, yeah, you're going to need to comply. But if you are on, like, the home stretch, they're probably going to be like, okay, like, you're basically done anyways, we're going to leave home.
I guess we're going to have to see, because, like, he's not on the home stretch of his game.
I thought Rivals of Aether was done.
What? Oh, no, I'm talking about,
Oh, his game doesn't matter. His game is single player. It's an Undertale clone.
No, fair enough.
I don't see his game needing to do anything to be left in the playable state.
Fair enough. I don't know. I just think that he just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh, he doesn't.
And
Timu Undertale. I've heard a bunch of people call it Timu Undertale.
That's kind of mean.
but it's
It's
funny.
extremely mean. It's funny, but it is mean.
Every time somebody calls it Temu Undertale, I like to think of the fact that Undertale Yellow released like way before his game, and I'm pretty sure I don't know how long it was in development, but like it was a good game. Have you ever seen it?
Seen what?
Undertale Yellow?
No, is it just a mod for Undertale?
Sort of, I guess. This is Undertale Yellow. They basically made like a whole new game out of Undertale to like go through like playing as one of the other supposed characters that existed in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they had,
Pirate
like,
Software's single-player
animation.
game has... Oh, Pirate Software's game has always online DRM. What the fuck?
Why?
Why do you need DRM in a single-player... Oh, for fuck's sake. Maybe he should be affected by this. I don't know. That's retarded.
I don't understand why you would have that in basically a single-player Undertale clone. Like, what value does it serve exactly? Southern version of Undertale. So, for those of you who haven't played Undertale, when you get to the end of the game, you find out that the monsters have been kidnapping children that fall into the hole, and they're trying to use their souls to break out of the underground. And by the time our character gets there, the monsters have already killed, I think, 6 other kids and have already collected their souls. And Undertale Yellow basically says, what if you played as one of the other kids that came before you, and the world was a little bit different? And it was a fun game, honestly. I thought it was good. So 100%.
To stop pirating his game? Are you... So... Okay.
I thought he understood piracy. Talks about it on stream. That's such a
No.
kind of a bitch.
See, that's what you don't understand. Pirate Software is all for no pirating if it's his game. Don't you know?
Pirate his software, lol. I don't... It's just dumb to me, I guess. I didn't know that his was gonna have always online DRM.
That makes no damn sense to me. None whatsoever.
Especially if it is just like Temu Undertale, like what value does always online DRM have outside of piracy?
Has he answered about why he does that? That just makes no sense.
And if it is piracy, like you need to understand that there are certain games that I would argue are kind of immune to piracy because of the certain community that goes around it. And I would say Temu Furry Undertale is probably one of those games where the people around it would just simply not pirate it.
It doesn't seem like a game worth pirating, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an insult to him, but I don't care.
I think Undertale Yellow took 7 years. Isn't Pirate Software like on 9 years of Heartbound? Somebody said it in the chat earlier.
Yeah, it's been in development for quite a long fucking time.
To stop people from cheating. What do you care if somebody cheats in a single-player game?
Oh, if that is actually true, he is...
That would actually go back to my thing I said earlier, where he seems to understand why people pirate, but he can't seem to understand why people, like, cheat or bot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he just genuinely can't, or if he has, like, because I've seen people like this. There are people that are genuinely so morally opposed to cheating in video games, they treat hackers like they're murderers. And they'll talk about them in, like, this insane, crazy term.
Yeah.
The biggest genius move about the DRM is that it checks if you have Steam achievements or achievements at all. But if you ever play the game when the system is down, it fails the achievement check.
And it won't let you play? That's...
200 IQ. Isn't his game a cheap knockoff of Earthbound and Undertale? To be fair, Undertale is a knockoff of Earthbound.
Yes.
So
which,
it's
you know,
just a
there's
cheap knockoff of
nothing wrong with
Undertale.
that.
It's a knockoff of a knockoff. But knockoffs can be good, chat, just so we're clear. Plenty of the
It just
best
depends
games
on how
you've
you
ever
make 'em.
played are knockoffs. Like Liza
Mhm.
P is fantastic. It's a Bloodborne knockoff.
Mm-hmm.
Mimi loves her twink
Souls.
Bloodborne
I like my
game.
twink souls. Leave it be.
Yes.
Like, I also feel bad that, like, some people don't want to play Liza P because it's a Bloodborne knockoff. It's like, no, you need to. It's actually really fun. Really good.
I need to play it.
It's a pride thing, not a fairness thing. Could you argue it's an ego thing? Not wanting people to cheat his game. Also, Space Marine wants to know if you beat Liza P yet, Lumi.
I just don't understand it because, like, I look at somebody hacking your game as like trying to understand it, and maybe it's a form of again, as somebody who is apparently a hacker himself, he should know why hacking can be like a fun thing, I guess. Maybe, you know what it could be? It could be that his programming is so shit that he doesn't want people to get into it.
He doesn't want people to dig into the programming.
Yeah, I could believe that.
Sometimes
I could believe that he is so
home game can actually be pretty good. Yeah.
I can believe that he's so conceited and like unwilling to let people dig into his shit that he's just going to be like, no, DRM, you can't look at my code. Fuck you.
He doesn't want to be.
He doesn't want to be Underthetea 2.0. Chat, here's the thing. He's already had the quote-unquote fake allegations of him disproven, so he can't be a complete Yandere Dev 2.0. He also doesn't have a sound engineer that will split off from him and make a new content cop, so I think he'll be fine.
You know, there was one Yandere Dev clone game that was actually really, really good and really well made, and the developer made it over like the course of a year. Like, it was fantastic. And he stopped working on it because Yandere Dev sent him like a whiny 2-page email about people are harassing me. They said that your game is so much better than mine. You need to delete it. And this poor sap actually deletes it.
Wow. I hope people saved copies.
There probably are somewhere, but the guy was like, I don't want to cause anybody harassment or trouble. I really liked the original and I wanted to, see what I could do. And
is Yandev's game still not out? No, Yandev was outed as a predator. So
Yandev just dips.
Chat. Listen, when you're outed as a predator, I think people stop caring about whether it comes out and whether or not you're in jail. So
well, I mean, people keep tracking like the development on it because they're just curious, like, will it ever kind of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he got some poor kid to fold. It was like a younger kid who, I hope he kept making games, because with as much work as he did by himself over the course of like a year, kid could be like a savant developer for all I know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he was only like 17 or 18 when he made it. But
interesting.
Before we go, chat, we're not going to talk about this long because nobody cares. Geega's leaving VShojo.
Yep.
This
and
one
nobody
is
cares
completely
because
willing. They are not being fired this time.
She's apparently going to put out a video with more information.
I was told she already had.
Oh, did she? Maybe I'll watch that on Saturday.
Basically, what I was told, because I didn't watch it, was that just she didn't feel like the company was doing anything for her, and she wanted to branch out and do her own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, you might remember Geega as being the one who interviewed, what's his name, Dan Clancy from Twitch.
Yep.
And didn't ask a single valid question the entire time, then proceeded to crash out on Twitter when people asked why she didn't ask a single valid question the entire time.
And now she's leaving. Now she's leaving the company that gave her that opportunity. It's really funny. I'm going to be real with you.
VShojo has management. Apparently not as much anymore, considering one of the big managers quit a couple weeks ago as well.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Nintendo or whatever.
Corpo suck up. She was the Corpo suck up, chat, and now she's going to leave. Look at all that Corpo sucking up got to her. So here's the thing that really sucks about Geega. And really just about anybody in VShojo now as a whole. When you think about VShojo, you really don't think about someone like Geega because she was too small for people to really latch on to.
At this point, you just think of Zentreya.
You think of Zentreya, and you think of Iron Mouse, maybe Melody. But even then, Melody is not attached to them at the hip anymore. I would say that VShojo is and the big problem with VShojo is... It is. The big problem I have with them is they have always been a company to take in big people and let the big people thrive. Then they tried to take in new people or smaller people, and Geega was one of them. And they thought, and my thought process is maybe they thought that they could build up talents on the inside, and that didn't happen. All of the talents that are like newer or like didn't have as much popularity, they didn't go very far. Nobody cares about them. And I probably think that's why she left, is because the company didn't build her up like they thought they would.
Yeah, it's kind of like how a lot of people, including me, because I remember as soon as I mentioned them, people forget that there's actually VShoujo Japanese talents. That's not just Kei-san and Henya.
And they probably have more popularity because the Japanese side is probably just a little bit more loving of their talents, probably.
They still have Henya pinned.
Nice.
Some of the VShoujo Japan is still like Henya.
Henya and Madara are the only ones I care about? Well, I got some sad news for you, Shadow. Madara was fired from VShoujo.
Yeah. The one that was weird was I was wondering why Amelie joined them. Because she joined as everybody was walking out the door.
The only thing I can imagine is Amelie pretty much has everything she needs. The only thing she doesn't have is a company that will handle sponsorships for her, and that's the only thing I think that VShoujo is really good for now, because that's really all they do now is handle merch and sponsorships. And my bet is that Amelie was like, let's go over there. To be honest, I feel like maybe Mythic would have been better for her, but she decided to go with VShoujo, so
Okay, chat, so here's the thing for those of you who don't know the Matara story. 100% she was right to be fired. Because basically what happened is she was currently streaming when some of her fellow VShoujo members were messaging her and saying, hey, we're having like a critical meeting right now that was scheduled weeks in advance and you were told you had to be here. And she saw it and ignored it and kept streaming.
It's kind of funny, not gonna lie.
That was the third of 3 different meetings that she was supposed to show up to and did not show up to a single one of them. They also
She's
found
just
out,
like me, for real.
VShoujo also found out that she was going behind their backs to do merch deals, just like on her own behalf. And for those of you who don't know how VShoujo works, VShoujo only takes a cut from merch deals. They don't take a cut from your streaming. So when she's going behind their back, doing merch deals behind their back, when that's the only way they make money from their talents, yeah, they're going to be a bit pissy.
I like to equate it to you having a job where you're not meeting quota, but you have a side job where that is exactly the same to your main job that you are choosing to make quota with. And it's just like, why are you doing that other job? You're supposed to be working here.
She didn't seem to care that she got fired either. She's kind of like, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, probably because she's already going to be doing something, like, in terms of merch, going to be doing stuff with Bricky.
True.
Who's Bricky?
Bricky is the retard who can't get Warhammer lore correct.
Oh, fair enough. That's funny.
I have no idea what these girls are doing at this point. I don't think they know what they're doing at this point. All I know is that Gura is coming back, so I'm happy.
Who is?
Gura.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's not Gura anymore. She's Saba.
Potato, tomato. Same thing.
Comes back literally the day that I get home.
Have you seen her animation, like where it shows like what her model looks like, at least a little bit of it?
Yeah,
and it really is
beautiful.
Just Gura at home.
Yep.
Because people were saying, wouldn't it be so funny if it was just blonde, legally distinct Gura? And it is. She even kept like the little thing in her hair, the little different colored strand of hair. She kept her style, 100%. And she went with Cat Shark, which is Gura has a Cat Shark model.
What I thought was kind of cute is in one of her last videos where she was as Gura, she actually had like a thing where she was walking through a door, and people compared that to the animation now where she's walking through a door.
If somebody did an entire math calculation to see where the light was showing, yeah, she did that on purpose.
No, she 100% did do it on purpose.
Here you go, chat. For those who haven't seen that, this is Gura's little. He has multiple animations right now, but this is the one that actually shows what the model looks like. And yes, she kept the hair strand.
I wonder if she had to ask them if she could do that. I mean, it's like distinct enough that I don't feel like you can really like force her not to do it.
I think they would be fine with her leaving on her own terms, and they wouldn't say anything.
I mean, that's probably what happened, is that she did leave on her own terms.
Also, chat, for those of you who are worried about it, because I saw a couple people were worried about it, you can tell by her size at the door that she is keeping the lolly model.
Yep.
She is remaining cute and funny.
Exactly.
Well, not even just the size of the door. You can tell by the size of her hand. As soon as I seen the hand, I'm like, yep, she's saying lolly.
It's nice.
But chat,
She can upset Brittany Venti. She can upset... No. Yeah, technically it is tomorrow. For you, it's tomorrow. For me, it's still 2 days from now.
Yeah, because you're in the gay area.
I am until
Gay
tomorrow.
time zone.
No, I'm ready for a new generation of a new Brittany Venti to get upset at her.
Keeping the 4-letter word. Yeah. Sapa.
Yeah. So...
Kind of sounds like Gura when you think about it.
Before we leave, I wanted to say that, Lumi, I am taking your Nazi card from you again. And you probably will have to you'll have to let me keep it. Because there was a video by Hirohei where Hirohei shows off that apparently there are now hit lists on Blue Sky of Nazis. And I am apparently number 7 on the list. So I am now Mecha Hitler. I even had a new Yippie put together. She is the painter. She is the Austrian painter Yippie that was not rejected from painting school. So she's going to grow up right. But now I am more of a Nazi than you are. So I think you just need to hand over the card and tell your grandfather that you have failed in your quest to be a Nazi.
No, it's
You're a
fine.
Nazi, what am I?
You are
At least people
Hitler
say Hitler's
reborn.
names.
I don't know, Mizu. You haven't interviewed a trans person or made fun of a trans person in articles
I did
critical of
interview
them?
a trans person.
You did?
Yeah, Under the Tea episode 1, Marina.
Oh. Nobody cares about Marina anymore, man. It's all about Nyara now. So, you want to be on the same spot as me, you gotta get out there, I guess. But, no, it's just kind of funny. Because, like, I'm so middle of the road of my opinions, in my personal opinion. Because, like, I've seen what Lumi says on Archcast, and I'm like, I don't even think I would say that on my own personal streams. But
Is it because I said fag at least 3 times?
no, I
Even
just
add
think
the
that
ought to it.
I think that the thing is because I am more outspoken than you are, which is completely fine. I think that you deciding to not make waves is completely fine. You're in your little corner and you're happy there. But because I decide to actually like speak out and say things and come from the spot of, oh yeah, I used to have dysphoria, so I think this is wrong, people are just going to assign more malice to me and get more upset at me. And it's really funny that I'm just getting included in this shit now, and I'm only like the people I'm being compared with have tens of thousands of more subs than I am. I'm just like a little 15k channel.
I think it's because you have the man card over me.
It's well, no, because because a lot of the women that were mentioned in the list are actually real women. Like obviously Fox is number 1.
And that's
Bao
why you
is
made
in
the
there.
list.
Huh?
That's why you made the list.
Why?
Because you said the women that are on there are real women. That's why you made the list.
Well, what I was gonna say is like the people that are on there don't make sense because Bao is on there, and the reason why Bao is on there is because Kirsch rated her. So I'm gonna take this information, I'm gonna look at a bunch of VTubers I don't like, and I'm gonna start rating them after stream so that I can see if I can get these people on the same list as me. I'm not gonna do that. It's not harassment, but it would be. I'm not gonna do that.
Yes. Also, really
Rev
quick,
lists himself as number 1. That's funny.
Wolfsbane for 2. Is Venti still a thing? She dropped off the map. I think she did quit. Supposedly have a real life with a husband. I assume not actually exist. She's just coping.
Actually, she was dating like Think Before You Sleep, and then he broke up with her. So I don't know what she's doing.
And then Mercenary for 2. Hey, I'm the one that's half German.
I'm like 1/16 German. I have like a bit of German, bit of Scandinavian, bit of Italian, and a majority of just English in me.
But do you guys need to say anything else before I send everybody off for the night?
Nope, I don't got shit.
Chat, I was letting you know tonight was shorter than normal because tonight is my friend Shiroi's birthday. We are going to raid over into Shiroi's birthday stream, and everybody is going to spam chat with happy birthday.
That's a good idea.
And you're going to be very nice to her, and you're gonna donate to her so she can buy a nice birthday present because she's had a rough year.
Yes. She is a lolly too, so a lot of you guys will enjoy her. So.
Good night, everybody. Don't forget to say happy birthday to her when you get there.
Good night, guys.
Good night, chat. We'll see you next week.